Well, hello everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I like to have my little intro that way so that I can actually control when I can start speaking. Hope everybody is having a great day and welcome to my live stream. My name is Brad and I do a drone video every single week, and I also have a live stream, and today my windows are open and apparently everybody's going to honk as they drive by. Maybe they know I live here and I have a live stream, but I doubt it. Um, and pardon me if you hear a hum in the background, but I got my fan blowing on me because it's a little warm in here, but not warm enough to run the air conditioner. Hope everybody can hear me okay. I see nobody speaking in the chat, so we'll just cross our fingers that everybody's going, hey, there's Living Mako, how are ya? We have Stan, we got Frank, if Frank is still here. Maybe Frank isn't here because I think he wanted to talk products. I'm not going to talk products today. Um, oh, what I was saying earlier, welcome to the live stream. And if you like the live stream and you like drone videos, go ahead and click subscribe. Don't forget to like this video and share it with anybody who comes around. I don't care who watches, as long as they watch. Um, Hey, Brian's in the house. Looks like we got some peoples in here. We got 6 whole people, which is good. I hope to grow it up over double digits today. Too much work. Yeah. I'm glad you're back online, man. I know what you mean by too much work. I have been very, very, very busy today, which brings me into my little housekeeping that I like to do now in the beginning of my live streams. First of all, I do have a new video coming up in 2 days. I have to start editing it, but I have it all recorded. If you follow me on Facebook, you probably saw me post something earlier about me getting B-roll, and that was for the video that I have coming up on Thursday. Can you guys hear the planes, the jet? Don't know if you can or not. Of course, today's the day they're going to fly over me, which is wonderful. And another bit of not really drone news, but personal news, which is going to help the videos on this channel get a little better. I got a new camera. I ordered it last week. Hey, Lorraine, welcome to the live stream, and from the UK, all the way on the other side of the pond. We appreciate you coming in. Maybe some other people from the UK will be joining us, because I do have a couple of viewers that like to join every now and then. So anyway, back to my new camera. I have got the Sony a6500. It's a mirrorless camera, and it actually is right over here. Let's see that button. That's my Sony. That's coming from my Sony. And no, I don't intend on using it for a live stream all the time, because that would be crazy. I just thought I'd put it in there. Yes, it's a little darker than this because it's a little more high-end than this camera. Just a couple notches above it. But I do like it. I went out and it has some great autofocus and all this other stuff, and I really, really like it. But that's all of my housekeeping. I really don't have much more than that. I just got the new video coming up and the new camera, and I'm very excited about the new camera. So let's get into the news. I wish I had a little bumper to put in there for the news. Frank, glad you stayed. Glad you stayed. This is all about drone news. So just so you know, it's all drone news and unmanned aircraft kind of stuff. So first, today, what we're going to talk about is something that is kind of a continuation of what we talked about last week with drones in construction. Now, this is not just last week we talked about how it's growing. What else did I just saw someone else say something here. Thank you. And so anyway, we're talking about the drones, and this is the why it's going to grow. Now, this article is really long, so I'm not going to read the whole article, but I am going to pop it over. This time I actually remember to do that, so that's good, right? Right? Did I remember to do that? So I've got to look at here. Oh, okay, there we go. So basically what they're saying is drones are going to help because of the things that we already know. This is a lot of the stuff that we already know, but this is getting information out there to the people who need to know. And what this is saying, and this is I can't read my copy very well. So it's telling everybody about how drone work if you use drones in every stage of your construction, from the site survey, original site survey, all the way doing status updates, whether it's every day or every week or every couple of days. that will help a lot if there's a dispute as to why there's a delay. There's the dispute resolution, and just in case, it's like it's a he said she said right now. Without a drone, it's all he said she said, and that's not the best way to do things because, well, it's just not. You don't want he said she said, and everybody has a different thing. And of course, the site monitoring. Now, this, like I said, this is kind of a longer article. Well, actually, there's another article that's even longer. It does site monitoring. It's for health and safety because you can take the drone up into places that people don't want to walk, and like really high up where people fall, like it says in here, where in the UK, falls were the #1 cause of industrial fatalities in Great Britain from 2012 to 2017. So drones are helping fix that, but there are a lot of challenges because of, well, regulation. I think that this is great. They're getting this information out there for other construction companies because I know, you guys know, I mean, if you're in construction or if you do this kind of construction work, you know that what you can do for them, whether it's Drone Deploy or Pix4D or whatever software you use, you know darn well what you can do to help get things in a better place. Because that you can have better material measuring. If you have a pile of gravel or sand or whatever that's on the ground, you can actually use this software to measure exactly by volume how much material is there, and that helps them plan better. It also maybe helps them keep on track better, keep on schedule better, which is a fantastic thing. So they're turning drones into little tattletales. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. That's kind of the point, man. Just deal with it. That's how it's gonna go. Hey, we got up to 10 views. Anyway, so that, yeah, I am really excited because that means there's going to be a lot more work for us. Because construction is a lot better. I think it's better work than real estate. It's probably the next big field to get into, and I think there's going to be a lot of work for everybody, especially if this word gets out, and then you tell people, hey, look, I can come do that for you, X amount of dollars. It's a little bit better pay. It's for you. It's better everything, and eventually it'll be more automated, so that if you own a company and you can automate that service for them and make it so that you don't have to send as many people out, then you're even doing better off because then you can make a better profit. Laughing at your own jokes, are you? So, what do you? I mean, do any of you guys fly in the construction sector? I mean, do you guys? I know we have a few. I know I don't see Matt here yet, so I don't know if he. I know he has pushed it a little bit, but he does a little bit more real estate. I know that other people are trying to get into it. Has anybody in my audience today in the Peanut Gallery? Have you guys done it, or are you interested in it, or is it something that you don't even really care about? Or are you guys just hobbyists and you're like, I just want to fly my drone, man, but this is cool stuff. Tell me what you think. I want to know. I have to wait for you to reply because it's about a 30-second delay. So I'm waiting until I see a reply. And then if I don't get a reply, then we will go on to the next story. And just so you know, if you are watching this video on the replay because you didn't catch the live stream, you go ahead and comment below and give us your input. I would love to hear it. Of course, like and share because everything helps me grow my channel. I'm planning to fly there. Oh, making some mediciones on dimensions or volumes of material. Mediciones. I'm assuming that's a Spanish word or something. So you're planning on doing you're going to have to help me on this one, man. But if you're planning on doing this, this is really good. Are you going to use like Pix4D, or do you have some other software you like, or Drone Deploy? Which software do you think you would like to try to work with? And yes, guys, I am watching my CPU usage just to make sure I don't overheat my CPU like I did last week, because that's what basically killed my live stream last week. And I am currently running right around, what am I at here? Where am I at? 80%. And it's staying, well, it's staying, yeah, 80 to 90%. Measurements. Ah, there we go. I just can't read. Gotcha, man. Yeah, and what software might you use? How does that work? Do they send a live feed to whoever? Do they record it, send it to bosses? I did a construction job last Friday. It was pics of a very large lot where a house was built. I'm interested in real estate. Okay, so now we got some interaction. That's what I like. I think the chat might be a little bit behind. How does it work? It basically, if you use like Drone Deploy or Pix4D or whatever software, Pix4D Capture, yes. You take pictures from above and sometimes from the sides at about a 45-degree angle at a set height. It runs a pattern, it runs a grid pattern, takes pictures straight down. And what it does, because of the way the buildings are working, the software can actually detect how tall the buildings are, because of how tall, it knows how high you are, it knows the distance and everything else. And it takes all this heavy-duty math and it can create a 3D replica of what you took a picture of, and then it can also decide, because it knows the basic area and how what the it knows the dimensions. It can measure things, and then it can also tell how tall a pile is, so it can calculate volume because it is just math. So that's what it is, and that is how that works. So it is really cool. I've done it. It's really neat. Construction job, it's very large lot, warehouses will be built. Stan, that'll be fun. I look forward to hearing more about that. And you're interested in real estate, I have a lot of real estate videos up. You can check those out. They're all, I think I have stuff just on real, I mean, I got a whole, I think I might have a playlist on that. It was so large, I had to do a Pano interactive. Wow. Sort of like, yeah, it is a lot like mapping. It is a whole lot like mapping because you're mapping in three-dimensional. It's better than Google Maps because I did a park over here. I've done a few parks just for testing and experimenting. I've done a few parks in the Chicagoland area, and it makes Google Maps look like crap. And Google Maps is not horrible, you know, Google Earth, and it's really did good job. What drones work with this software? You can use a DJI, Phantom 4, Phantom 3, Mavic, Inspire 1 and 2. You can use, you can actually grab a Sony or anything that can use GPS, and put it on like any drone that can carry the camera and give it remote control. You can use it on the newer Autel. The Evo does 3D mapping. So it's basically the software that whatever takes a picture that can fly, that has GPS coordinates, that is accurate GPS coordinates. And if you use like an M210 with an extra, what's it called? Oh, they have extra antennas. Basically, it's even more accurate for satellite GPS lock. And then you also want to use markers on the ground where you tell it exactly where they're at if you want to go absolute detail, where it can be basically about 1 to 3 centimeters accurate, which is very close. You can set those up on the ground and you can calibrate where you're at, and that will help you create even a better, more accurate 3D map. That's how it works, yes. What type of drone is suitable? Okay, no, Autel, not the X-Star. You can Mavic Air, I don't think so, but maybe. The Autel X-Star cannot, but the Autel Evo can. Could you say the name of the software again? Okay, well you can use Drone Deploy, or you can use Pix, P-I-X 4D. Those are the two big boys. Drone Deploy you can use free, but you get what you pay for. They also have a bigger version, but most people in the professional realm use Pix4D. Yes, Living Mexico is correct. And I think I see something. Oh wow, Stan's got a big one. My job was not so much mapping as it was a lot from start to finish. As construction goes along, they will want data update. But yeah, and that's another thing. It's just status updates is a lot. I mean, that's an easy one. Those are easy because you can literally loop around it, or you could do a picture, a grid pattern, and then stitch the pictures together. Pix4D or Drone Deploy would be perfect for that. You'd actually give them more than what they asked for, which not always a bad thing to give your customer a little bit more than what they ask for, unless they're asking for pictures, because Drone Deploy will not, the free version I don't believe allows you to export that as a massive picture. You would actually have to stitch it together, which would not be any fun. That would be very time intensive, unless there's a software that does that I don't know about, which there probably is. Any more questions on the construction and all that? But that is, I think that's going to be the bigger industry coming up. Excuse me, I'm getting dry here. Yeah, doing pictures every month or so. And Stan, what I would use is I would use Litchi for that, because then you could program exactly what you want to do, go back, run that program over and over and over every time. So then you have the exact same pictures at different times. And you can pretty much build a time lapse, and I've seen that done before. Yep, Living Mexico's got the exact idea. Okay, so I think that's enough about construction. We're doing good on time. You did use Litchi. I figured you did. That's what she said. Listen, buddy. Okay, Brian. I hope Brian's doing good. Sorry you can't use your hotel for this one. That's one of the things that drove Matt to go buy a DJI, a Phantom 4. I think he got the advanced. I don't care, advanced Pro, whatever. But yeah, DJIs are good about that. I think you can use Unique too. I'm not sure. I think Unique does it. So let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about this fun one. Let me. I'm going to try to do something a little different here. Where's the button I'm looking for? There it is. Okay. So I'm doing something different. So now let's talk about something that we talked again about. We talked a little bit about the bees. I'm glad you're well, Brian. We talked a little bit about the bees last week, and now we're talking about the drones monitoring crops in Capetown. Reduced chemical use by 30%. This one is a bit of a longer read, but you see they got the drone there, and it's not the DJI. I'm not really sure what that one is. Matt is Squappy. No, Matt is variable. Craig is Squappy. Craig is not here yet. I don't know what happened. He said he would be here. Did you have any troubles with Pix4D capture while flying? No, because I used Drone Deploy's. That's the cool thing, is I use Drone Deploy's software on my tablet to run the gig, and then I can use Pix4D or Drone Deploy or any software. Basically, there's other software you can create or have just to do the actual mapping, or take the actual pictures, and then you can use whatever software you want to then run the calculation or put it all together. So that's kind of neat. You can do that. I did that. I took pictures with Drone Deploy, put it on Pix4D and Drone Deploy just to see the differences, and Pix4D was far more detailed and far more difficult to use. So, can you record a spot that a drone is for future? I'm not sure what you mean, man. Craig, hopefully meet up with him next week. Yeah, he was asking about you, man. He was asking about you. Maybe I can get you guys each other's Google Hangout or Google address so you can chat. So let's get back to crops. So crops. This lady down in Capetown, what she did is she used drones. Ref. Woo, Tinks, you're welcome. You're welcome. So she basically is monitoring her crops using a drone. And and if you guys know what drone this is, I would be very happy, because I don't think they say it in this article. I did read through my articles today. I got to read through them about 30-40 minutes ago. Oh, so you can go back to the same spot. Yes, that's what Litchi is. That's what Litchi does for you. And you can do it with Drone Deploy and any of those apps, because you can run the same job over and over and over and over, which is nice. So in Capetown, basically she went up. They have different kind of, they can use this camera sensors to kind of get an idea. They can count plants, and you can read this whole article. Again, links are in the description below. But you can count plants, you can check the vegetation to see where you might be having problems, and then you can actually deploy the chemicals, or what do they say? Yeah, the chemicals. You can actually deploy the chemicals exactly where you need to do it. Where instead of just doing a sweeping, wide open, spray everywhere kind of thing, and there is a video on here a little bit. I did not watch the video, but you can check that out. And if you look right there, this one right here, the one on the right with all the props, that one looks like it actually sprays the actual chemicals. So what that article is saying, and this is something that I knew was also good. This is also going to be big in the near future if it's not already big now. And this is worldwide. This is easily worldwide. So is in construction. But what the drones actually can spray too. Now in the U.S. it's very difficult to get that license, as you can ask Matt with Variable, because he wants to get his, and he's hitting a lot of roadblocks, but he's going to try and keep pushing it. But this is something that she used 30% less chemicals and had a better yield, and that's, that helps. It made the soil healthier instead of just dumping a bunch of chemicals everywhere. It helped keep the natural animals they're the bugs and everything else that they want to have there, that help feed the plants, whatever. I'm not an agriculture expert, so they did all that. Basically, it was better use of chemicals and better use of the drone to help be more to be Brian. Ah, so I am really happy with seeing this article, and if you notice, it's on a place called The Drive. If anybody knows, again, if anybody knows what kind of drone this is, I would really like to know. I read the article. I didn't see the type of drone, and some of these drones have some pretty expensive sensors on it, but they are worth it. In fact, I think you can get sensors for these Sonys or whatever. And Brian with the vapor trails, yeah, let's go talk to that guy again, okay? So, are any of you guys in or out in the country or out where agriculture would be a good thing for you to do? Because that's something also where you can, with drone deploy, I believe it's with drone deploy. Again, it's not going to be the best in the world, but you can give people an idea of where their crops are doing really well and where the crops are not doing so great. And that's with drone deploy. So with one app, you can actually go and do construction work, and you can do some um, inspections of fields. So that is wonderful. I saw a drone with a flamethrower that removed something from power line. Yes, it was. Yeah, I saw that. It was like last week. Yes, they do that in China. It's kind of scary. I know they might be doing it in other countries too. Kind of scary. It's a frightening thing. I bet the military doesn't like that. Doesn't like the flamethrower? I'm sure they don't. That's why it's probably in China. But do any of you guys live in the rural areas where there's a lot of crops, where something like this, the crop dusting and the crop analyzing would be handy, would be good? Give me some thoughts. And I'm sorry I don't have a guest host today, but with the problems I had last week, I don't want to have a guest host because I don't know if that's what killed my CPU or not. Right now we're still pushing, where are we pushing here? We are pushing 86 to 95%, so we're still kind of high. But let me guys know, no spraying, no the spraying drones. Oh, okay, drones in agriculture. Yes, those are wonderful. The flamethrower would not be good. Well, why? Well, the military doesn't like that. That's why you have to have a specific license to have it. But then again, and those drones are not cheap. Those are not cheap drones. That's a specialized drone. DJI's got one. TMI, Brian. And it's an expensive drone. But you could obviously, I know what you're trying to say, that it could be an issue because they spray chemicals somewhere, and yes, that could be an issue. But you can use drones for so many things that if somebody wants to do something bad, they're just going to figure out how to do it because they're not going to follow any law. But we've talked about that so many times before. I don't want to really talk about that today. Brian, you probably do that many times in a day. I'm sure your coworkers love you. Oh, a plane, the plane. Apparently the planes are coming in or taking off in this direction today. I don't know, is that a Tuesday thing? I don't know. So my CPU is running under 90%, so that's good. I still need to upgrade my PC. That would be kind of handy. But you guys aren't talking anymore about the agriculture, so are you guys into that, or is that something that, or is the chat broken again, or what? What's going on, guys? Because if you guys got nothing to say, we're gonna be talking about the next article here in just a minute, as often as possible. Don't come to my place. There ain't no crop dusting here. Unless it's me. I do all the crop dusting in my place. And tell me if you guys can hear those planes. I'm sure you can hear the fan because it's right here. Because they're jets. They're not. They're commercial airliners flying around over here. I'm waiting for them to come up. I can't read them over here. Not into AG. We started a barbecue with a drone XD. Oh, we couldn't start the carbon, so we blew a flame. Yeah, I've seen people. The chat is way behind. Yeah, the chat's like at least 30 to 45 seconds behind. So people aren't really into agriculture. So we'll skip to the next one. And yeah, I've seen people do that, Mexico, where they want to get this thing going, and they just instead of going, whew, they just get a little drone up and boom, and you can't hear the planes. Awesome! I'm glad you can't hear the planes. You hear them all the time there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's because you live near an airport too, huh? So, since you guys aren't really into the agriculture, I think it's kind of cool that they're doing that. Again, drones are going everywhere. And the next one is the really cool one that I like. And I'm sure you guys may have seen this. The whole Intel thing, where Intel put up 1,500 drones to break their world record to do the light show. And holy cow, this light show was beautiful. And it was controlled by one man. Now, in this article, you can actually go to the video. In the article, it has the video. Just a minute here. Oops. I gotta get over this. I don't like this about this app, but that's okay. So this video, I highly recommend you watching this video. It's down here a little bit. This one right here. This thing, if you haven't watched this, it is absolutely beautiful. 1,500 drones controlled by one person, and I love these light shows. They're just going to get better and better and better. Now, this is something I wish I could afford to get into. I wish I could have a fleet of 2,000 or whatever these drones and do these kinds of shows for large people, for large events. You know, do something. These are just so cool. I just like them. And that's where the big money is, because it's an entertainment. When you do something like this in entertainment, and you're a niche, you can charge a lot of money. Now, here, if you want, I'll tell you what, you won't be able to hear it, but we will play it. Oh, look, we'll sit there and watch the Anafi, whatever. We'll watch this commercial real quick, but I'm going to pop it. When it gets in there, there's like a whole lot of, there's like about a minute of kids and people talking. How many crashes were there? I didn't see any of them crash. So we're going to pop this to about here, and that's where it actually starts. We don't really have, well, still she's talking a little bit. Still talking a little bit. There we go. This is the beginning of it. I should probably hit play. So this is, oh yeah, he has a big crew to set them up, but it's one computer. It's one big computer because it is Intel. I mean, you never know if there's a crash or not, because I don't see any of them. I mean, I don't see a light drop out of the sky. So it is, I mean, this thing is just beautiful. Now, he does do a couple of cuts. We're just going to kind of watch this really quick. I know that let's see, can I go big? Oh, there we go. Let's do that. So you can actually see it. Let's say it was 2,000 drones, but they lost 500. Look at this stuff. I mean, oh, it was to celebrate their 50th year in business, their 50th anniversary, which is really cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and let this play for a little bit. Of course, it might be copyright infringement, so I'm gonna kind of cut through here a little bit. This beautiful globe here, and it turns into a disco ball. I love how it turns into a disco ball. And again, you guys can watch the whole thing. Only if you were there, Brian. Look at, I mean, just the transitions. I love watching these transitions. And then the disco ball breaks into people dancing. Play. how loud it was. I know, but these are smaller drones. Live Mexico, they're a lot smaller. Here we come the dancers. Um, I don't. I mean, they're more like. I mean, they're not the E10, EO10s, but the future of Skyride. Oh, absolutely. Future advertisements. I mean, you know this is going to be a future way to advertise. They're going to have like a bunch of drones up, and if they work out a way to, I'm going to here we go, like here. So we did this, and then it comes down, and they light it up, and then they come down. This is the end of it. So this is where they're landing. They're all getting ready to land. It just kind of melts into this. Isn't that cool? I think that is so friggin' cool. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But if they figure out a way to rotate drones so that there's always 1,000 drones in the sky, you could have an unlimited length of commercial going on in the air at all times, kind of like a billboard, but it could be programmed and you could do all kinds of different stuff. There's your AD. There's your ad. Yeah, no doubt. That would be the ad. Yeah, the big, big, big Intel 50. I wonder who. That was in Sacramento, by the way. I didn't see the date. Again, article, link in the description. Go check it out. That was the Sacramento Bee that was reporting on that. I just want the drones. Wouldn't that just be the coolest? To be like, yeah, I got to go fly a couple thousand drones. How many people say that? Not many. Not many can say that. How long do you think the battery lasts on them? You know, I'm going to bet probably 10 or 15 minutes because those have to be up in the air for a little bit of time before they start the show, probably for a couple minutes because they have to get all positioned and ready. I'll bet, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes if they're lucky. Because remember, they don't have a camera. All they have on them is LED lights. That's all they have. And it's just to change colors and GPS. I think that's fantastic. I would love, if you guys want to hook me up with that, yeah. I'm going to hold my breath on that one. Yeah. So who in my peanut gallery would want to do that kind of work with drones? I mean, that's something you got to get in with a big company and just be part of a crew, or you might be able to do. I don't know what it takes to fly 1,500 drones. Obviously, it's all computer controlled and everything is done that with that. It's all pre-programmed. I mean, how long would it? I wonder how long it takes to set up the show. You know, because obviously you got several days, months, weeks, whatever, to set up that whole show and the transitions between the two. Or do they have a program that can do a lot of that stuff, and you just kind of say, I want it to look like this, do a little bit of this, and then I want it to go to this, but I want you to. I assume that's probably what they do. A little bit of artificial intelligence going on in there. It is an amazing show, and those we're going to see more and more of those. Every time I see one, that's what Brian, dude. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know I do. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. You think the fireworks company are worried a little bit about these? I think a smart fireworks company would get into it. They would do it. They would actually purchase the drones. New computer fund. Woohoo! Thank you. It's going to be needed pretty soon. You know, I am running under 95% right now. That's awesome. I'll put that in the fund. So yeah. What's it say? It's hard to fly two at a time. Just to take a shot. You shouldn't fly two at a time to take a shot. But yes, I'm pretty sure they're computer controlled. Now, wouldn't it be nice? You can get a question, Brian. Of course you get a question for 20 bucks. And I may answer it. But go ahead and ask. I think that I would like to see somebody come up with a way that we can take 2 Phantoms or 3 Phantoms and control them via computer and have them not crash. Hey, Craig, it's about time. Craig, Brian, you guys need to get each other's information because Brian's coming there next week. Okay, Craig? Foundation Ariel is going to send you stuff. Those are the 2. Hey, Stella! I didn't know you were here. When did you show up? We'll do a drone chat here in a little bit. But yes, Brian, you may ask a question. But I honestly think that uh, if the fireworks companies are smart, some of them will start to do this. You just had your whole house repiped. Ooh, that sounds like a blast. No, thank you very much. That's why I like having an apartment. I don't have to worry about this stuff. How come I only got 7 people? What's up with this shit? Huh? Huh? Ooh, I said a bad word. Damn, I shouldn't swear. So anyway, guys, uh, Brian or Craig, you missed seeing the intel. I showed most of the video, but I didn't want to get a copyright strike, so I didn't show all of it. And I also mentioned them in the thing. So you've been a while. You've been here. Thank you, Stella. We had someone else from the UK, and I don't know if they're still around. I mean, the audience has been jumping up and down a lot. Whoa, that's how much that cost. That's fun. Welcome to home ownership. That's why I hate it. That's why I'm glad I have an apartment. Very sad. Uh, but did you get drone footage of them putting in your pipes? You know, kind of like go to bring your drone around and take pictures. Great steady cam, right? So guys, what I want to talk, since we're done talking about Intel, it's now time to talk the next thing, which isn't drone related, but it is aerial related and almost UAS related, UAV related. Almost. It's kind of sort of. So I ran across this article. Um, are you ready to fly without a human pilot? And this is the really long article. So this is the one that you will want to read it on your own, but it's very interesting. And here we go. So this here, yes, I'm glad you guys, yes, email each other, get that set up. So, are you guys ready to fly without a human pilot? And they're talking 737s. This guy went, he flew, in a simulator in Dallas for Southwest. He went down to Southwest in a simulator, and they showed him how easy it was to land at LaGuardia Airport. And basically, you have a dot and a circle. You keep the dot inside the circle by controlling the plane, and you land. It's that simple. And that's basically what he's saying. And then the way this article goes, it continues on. And again, this is a really long one. It goes about when do you guys think, or when do people think we will actually be flying without pilots? Because currently you have to legally have 2 pilots on the flight deck, so that are flying, for these planes, because you don't want to have just one, because if that one person has to get up and go to the bathroom and the plane crashes, that's a problem. Or or they need to take a nap, because sometimes they do take naps. I mean, it does happen. So what they want to know is they're kind of saying, is it going to be 5 years, which I highly doubt. Is it going to be 10, 20 years? Maybe. But they're talking about different things between Boeing and what's the other company? I just lost their name. It says it right here too. Probably I can't read that because it's so small. But Airbus, Boeing and Airbus are creating all these automated, fantastic ways for pilots to not have so much stress flying. Cool. I'm glad you guys got each other connected. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen, I think, in the far distant future, but I don't think it's going to happen anywhere near, because people, even if it's perfect, if it's safer than having a person flying the plane, the passengers will not feel safe and comfortable, and they will not want to fly on that plane. But just like self-driving cars, it will take some time. They are working towards it. Right now, what they're doing, again, this is just a really long article. What they're doing right now is they're kind of building like artificial intelligence, because they said when a 787 takes off, there's a terabyte of data, and they only look through about 1% of it because they're human people and they can't look through a terabyte of data. Just one of the engines alone has 5,000 points of data during a takeoff, or well, the whole time. And what they're doing is they're building artificial intelligence to help monitor those points of data to then create a way to maintain the planes in a more efficient fashion. Like when they see something going weird, then they can uh, the artificial intelligence say, hey, this needs to be fixed, or it needs to be looked at, or you know, it needs a person's eyes, or maybe then they'll just have a bunch of drones fix the plane, which I think that's more like in my grandchildren's future, not my future. But I think that this is an amazing thing simply because this is where it's going. I mean, this is where our drones can fly automatically. You know this. You've used them. If anybody's used Drone Deploy or any other app, you know the Pix 4D Capture, or there's several apps that do this. Several apps that do this. You know that they can fly our drones all by themselves. And plus, they can fly 1,500 drones at one time with the computer. Now, granted, that's not 5,000 points of data in an engine. It's still a little bit less than that. But I just think that the planes, they're going to become automated. Cars are going to become automated. All transportation is becoming automated. There are actually cargo ships that are automated right now. They sail certain routes, and it's just the crew there to basically make sure nothing happens. You know, that's really more what it is. So the transportation is going to become more automated. And I want to hear you guys' opinions on all of this stuff, because that was the last story I got. Yay, that was the end of the stories. And we're doing good on time. Yay. And I need more water. This is where I would like to have a guest host, but I'm sitting at about 85 to 90% utilization on the CPU, so I don't want to try to start up a Skype conversation and fry my CPU again. Hey, Brian, I'm still waiting. Hey, I'm still on the air. Yes, I am, Russ. Brian, you still have a question you can ask. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting because you throw in the money. I thought. Hope Russ is doing good. How's the house coming? Whew. Well, I've been talking for 40 minutes, 45 minutes straight. But that's okay. I like it. I hope everybody is doing well today. I hope it's fun. I hope I can get that video edited tomorrow, because I also have a client coming over on Thursday. I have some editing of his video to do too. So I'm a busy man this week. That's a good thing. I've been busy a lot lately. That's a good thing, right? Up to only 4 likes. What's that? The military is using planes without pilots on board. Yeah, the military uses them. In fact, I saw an article while researching what I wanted to do today. There was an article where the Air Force actually gave medals to some pilots that weren't even on the field. They were actually drone pilots. They were nowhere near where all the action was. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, throw the likes on here. What are you guys doing? You're supposed to be sharing, liking, subscribing. Hey, we got 9 people watching. Welcome to the 9 people. I really wish we had more. I used to get 17. What happened to that? Maybe I'm not shoving this out there more. So tell me what you guys think about all of this stuff. Is the future automated? It's the future automated. You can put a human just to check it out, but it's going to happen. Exactly. And that would take, if we go down that road and we talk about the ramifications of everything being automated, then you talk about how do people make money, and a global economy, and a lot of other stuff. And Elon Musk has some ideas on that, and so do other really rich people, because they have all kinds of money and they don't have to worry about it. So there's a lot of things to look at. It's an economy, a global economy problem then. Yeah, please hit the like button. Come on. I know Russ always hits the like button. Okay, we're at 45 minutes. Woohoo! This has been a good live stream, guys. It really has. And now that I don't have Craig here, we're not going to crash, I hope. As the CPU spikes, not that bad. But I am keeping an eye on it. Ooh, 10 people. Hi, new person. Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this on the replay, welcome to the replay. Don't forget to comment about whatever you see you want on here. Just be nice. If you're rude, you may go away. You may not be seen in the comments. Brian still didn't ask his question. I was waiting for him to ask his question. Brian, you got like 2 questions that you can ask at this point, because you haven't asked the question from the last time. Of course, I could just say the question of you asking if you can have a question could be your question. Yes, you did miss most of it, Russ. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. But it's been run. It has run very smoothly today, very, very smoothly. I'm glad you're here too, man. So now, since nobody else has anything to talk about all of the automation going to happen with the planes and all that, and now we're going to hit to the segment of what's going on with you guys. How is everybody doing? So Russ, you got a house? Is it done yet? Are you in yet? Craig spent a crap ton of money on pipes. And then we've got, who's the one that said that they did some construction work? Tell me what is up with your near future in drone work or just life in general, because we like to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. I have a question. What is his question? Thank you very much. By the way, that big job I got came from Thumbnail. I'm thinking Thumbtack. It was a 115 job. They liked it so well they paid me 200. Awesome, dude. Glad you have the kinks worked out. Well, the kinks are you don't have a co-host, because I think Skype took it over the limit. And the next kink is a computer upgrade. So if y'all want to help me with a computer upgrade, please donate a lot, because I just bought this camera because I actually talked to somebody else in business and like, okay, my computer works, but I need, and we were talking about the different things, and it's like, really, I needed a 4K camera, and this camera is a 4K camera. And so for those of you who didn't get to see it earlier on, here, this is not, the image is a little darker because it's a little bit different sensor and it's not automatically set, but this is my new Sony a6500, and I really, really like it. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that for a second. Moved in by Labor Day. Sweet! I hope so. That would be fantastic. You can't think of anything. Oh, Brian, so your situation is normal, you're brain dead, right? Yes, that's what we're going to go with. And if you ask me how much wood would woodchuck chuck or woodchuck could chuck wood, I'm just going to say none. 4K isn't doing any favors. Yes, it is. Oh, you want to see the camera? Okay, I've got to unplug it, I think. It might go dark. This is oh look, there's me. So I got the Rode mic on it. It's got a 35 by, or I'm sorry, 18 by 135 lens. And yes, 4K will do me favors, because when I go out to get B-roll or do any kind of Shutterstock kind of work, then I will be able to have that. It's actually 12 chords a day. Oh, that's how much wood woodchuck would. I caught up with you. Thank you for that answer. You picked up the M50 C-stand. I went between this one and that one, but that one's too new. I know it's a Canon. I mean, that I liked, but this one had other features that I liked. The image stabilization on this is fantastic, so I'm really happy. No, I did not get the joke. I don't get the joke. 4K isn't doing you anything. No. I'm over 3K on subscribers, and it's going up. Just editing a video from a little town named Santo Domingo in Mexico. An old town, very rich history in my. Ooh, when's that video going to be up? Thanks, Craig. When it in Mexico, I look forward to seeing that one. When's it going to be? How? Days, months, years, minutes? I've got a video. The video I'm doing for Thursday is showing you my pre-flight processes. It's like a 400-step process. And it's going to be like a 6-hour video, and there's going to be a test at the end. You guys don't mind that, do you? Sorry, I'm drinking a lot of water because my throat is going crazy. So, Brian, you noticed that, did you? I'll tell you later. I'm not going to make that a public. I don't want that public information. But there is a reason for it, and it's something I tried to do. Hope to be this week. It's something I tried to do, and we'll just say YouTube didn't like it. I paid for some views, just to get some views on there. I paid for some advertising is really what I was doing, or thought I was doing, but they didn't do. It wasn't what I thought. It was real people watching, but that's the way it is. Thank you very much, Russ. I take that as a compliment. I actually know a couple. I know a couple of psychoanalysts. You should. I've had many therapists in my Ubers, and we have some excellent conversations. Oh, look, the sun. The sun will come out right now. Do you have a fast food horror story? Not that I can think of. I've never had. I mean, I don't eat much fast food anymore. I do eat Culver's, which is kind of fast. It's the style, but I like their ice cream. So no, I can't think of any horror stories I got from fast food except for when I worked at McDonald's a long time ago. What was this about views? Well, the views for my drone in Chicago video, I paid somebody some money to advertise it and get some more views because I wanted to get the word out, and I was trying to, I'm advertising. It's part of advertising. But the method I used was probably not the best, and YouTube didn't like it, even though it was all real people watching that video. They didn't like it, so they have removed a lot of those views, and I don't know why. But I won't be using that method anymore. I've got to find a really good, solid, reliable method that isn't horribly expensive. And I know Fiverr. That's where I found this person. I just have to be a little bit more careful on who I use. Do I like President Trump? I am not even going political, Brian. Not even. I'm sorry. That was a great video. Thank you. I'm glad you liked the video. I do not talk politics or religion because I'm not stupid. Now, I did create a new channel where I'm thinking about discussing whatever's on my mind, but I actually haven't made a video on it yet. We'll see. We shall see. And I'm glad you liked the Chicago video. I thought it was awesome. I still watch it, and I made the thing, and when I watch it more than once, Krabby Bill's is awesome, Squappy. What's Krabby Bill's? I don't know what Krabby Bill's is. Okay, guys, it's just me sitting here pausing and waiting for you guys. You guys are not talking fast enough. Talk faster. Oh, we're down to the 7 people. It's still up. I like to. Oh yeah, the drone video is going to be up. Yeah, go watch it, man. That's not coming off my channel. No way, Jose. I don't have it here. I don't have a way to show it to you here. I watched it a few times. Thank you very much. YouTube video would do that. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, is they probably can't tell the difference between the robo viewer and this kind of system that gives a lot of views all at once. The problem is they give a lot of views all at once. What I need to do is I need to find, and I found this once and I can't find it again. I found a person who would do it backlinks only. They wouldn't just spam your YouTube views. They would basically create a bunch of articles that would back link to your video, and they would have, or they would do something like that where people would find that video and then go to it naturally, and they wouldn't. That's what I really want to do. Oh, there you go. You don't have to search for it. You just put it up there. Thank you very much, Craig. And this sun is getting in my eyeballs. And I'll move back a little bit. Okay, guys, we're at about an hour. You know what happens at an hour. Oh, and hey, guys, I sent Ken Heron an email about me being on his show either this week, next week, or whatever week. If you guys could spam him and say, put Brad's drones on there, he sent in, and you can just kind of say he wants to be on your channel. He talked about an interesting story about delivering motorhomes. If you mention that, then he might get me on the channel, and I would really appreciate that. But you got to email him because that's the only way he's going to get it. Or tweet. I don't think he's not on Twitter or Facebook. Brad for president. Woohoo! Don't watch it now. You're supposed to watch me. I don't care. Enjoy the video. Patriotic morals. You don't know what my morals are. I might be totally screwed up. I might be totally crazy. But if I were president, I have no idea. Because I don't think I want to be president. That job is too stressful. Thank you. So basically, email Ken, tell him, Brad wants to be on the, and he knows. I already emailed him again today or yesterday about it, reminding him, saying, hey, dude. So if a few people email him and remind him that I want to be on it, and remember to mention I delivered motorhomes and I've been in many states. You're watching both. You have 2 eyeballs. So do I. Oh, some people don't like that. Somebody had mentioned, how come I only see the downtown area? It's like, well, that's what I wanted to show. If you don't like it, then go away. If you like it, great. But you don't need to, it's art. It's like saying, well, I don't like the Mona Lisa. Cool, you don't like it. That's fine. Don't ask. Send Ken a note, and will appear on a show for sectional favors. Sectional favors? I'm glad you said sectional instead of other things. Of course, Ken might ride that one a little bit. Whew. Oh, you only see that because it is awesome. Yes, I do. I like that. Oh my God, you guys are bad people, but I love y'all. I love y'all. You guys are wonderful. You are. I like my audience. I wish it was bigger. I want bigger, bigger, bigger. So you guys are gonna watch my video I put out. It shouldn't be too long. Didn't want to get you flagged. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It is a beautiful city. I love this city, man. You know that. That should be a promo for Chicago, right? All right, Craig. See you later, man. Good luck. Have fun with your homework. I'm about done anyway. I'll be logging off here in just a few minutes. Yes, you guys know I'm fading out. You absolutely know it. So what we're going to do, what's that mean? That means we're heading off to the end. And see, Craig missed it. Craig likes it. Craig's going to miss it. I was waiting for him to leave. I was hoping he would leave. So it's time for the end screen. And you guys have seen this one. I haven't been able to put up a new one yet or create a new one. It's probably going to be this way for several more months. Get over it. You're going to love it anyway. So don't forget to check out my website. And you can do Patreon. I haven't done much with Patreon. I've actually forgot to set these up to be supported. So I've got to do something new with Patreon. You can shop at my different shops. You can shop at Amazon. I got a link below. I have a not a shop, but a store, an online store thing you can check out. Follow me on all social media, all that good stuff. Living east of the Rockies can be hazardous. No, it's fine. Some of these shots here look exactly like the same shots I have in that Chicago video because they're some of my favorite shots. Don't forget to subscribe to the video, to the channel, like the video, comment on it when you're watching the replay, and of course, until next time, fly safe and a bye.